update on my paper clay doll. This is how is it going. I have done the first layer of sanding already. You could do this with any kind of a sanding. I prefer to use a sanding sponge. After fixing and adding more clay, and then the following steps is just to sand. And it's going to be a lot of sanding work. That is pretty much how you get this the surface to be smooth and nice, you know. If somebody have been watching my shorts or the process of this doll a little bit, remember that I have the full work in progress video in my Patreon. Every day I keep adding one more video because I'm pretty much letting it dry. I'm letting it dry, and then I start fixing or cutting or carving with my tools. And then when everything is dry, super dry, and then you're gonna start sanding, okay? And look at the limbs. It's an skeleton doll, so yeah, it is an skeleton character. Baby doll, for God's sake. Those are the legs. I was able to accomplish all those curves and shapes and on the joints, the connections. These are the arms. Look at little details that I was able to make just by carving it. All these joints. And exactly the same thing I'm going to do when I have to carve out, I have to shape out the hands, the fingers, the fingernails, the toes on the footsies, and all of that. Just like that. Right now, sanding is a long, steady process. Like, it's a matter of how good or how much you sanded to get that beautiful smooth texture in your clay doll. This is paper clay, so all you have to do is literally just sanding and sanding and sanding. You will end up with a super fine grid. There, super fine. I know things show here in a mirror. It's kind of weird. I can't see anything else on there. Okay, I don't like that I don't see the chat. Okay, whatever. For some reason I can't see the chat. I don't know what I'm doing here, right? But look how is a process. And I really have to finish with this doll as soon as possible. I am going to reproduce them. It's going to have a soft cloth body. So it's going to be a a skeleton doll, and with a cloth soft body, so people will be able to play almost like a reborn, but it's just going to be a skeleton. I add more clay here because it needed a little bit more volume on the side of the jaw, and then I waited for it to fully dry. If it's not dry, I won't sand because that can tear off actually the surface. It has to be dry. Your paper clay has to be dry for you to start working on it and sanding it and polishing. And the goal of these is just making the surface nice and even. I still are battling some bumps and little holes on there. More bumps, not quite holes. I got rid of the cracks. I already fixed all the cracks. It's all nice and fixed. The good thing is that at any time, if I need it, I can keep adding more. I can keep adding more clay to fix, to patch, to fill holes, to change the shape, to add a finger, to add a feature. I can always keep doing that until the end, pretty much, until you're happy with all the features that your doll have. Let's see. Oh, that is okay. I didn't mean to do that. There you go. I'm trying to play with some. This thing has features on there, but I don't know. Yeah, I better get out of there. It's a link. Welcome to live chat, but I can't see the live chat. Okay, never mind. Paper clay doll for whoever is joining now. If you want to see how I begin making this doll, I'm sharing the whole process in my Patreon. I can tell that by now I am a midway. Or closer to finish. I just have to do refining details, I will say. Thank you. Yeah, every time I keep working on it and just let it dry between coats, it does look better and better. A little brush. This part is also kind of messy because of the dust, you see. Ugh. That's probably one of the bad things about paper clay. It's kind of messy. You could wear a mask. Actually, I should be wearing like a dust and particles, because this is a very fine powder. For sure, I'm not intentionally trying to breathe in. I love better the sanding sponge. This is way, for me, easier to work on it. You see, it just bends to the shape. It can be done with paper too. I'm using the paper kind of like I get a finer grid. But to me, nothing compares to the sanding sponges. I don't think they have this on the. They used to have this on like Home Depot. Now I only find them online. I believe that my last batch I got it in eBay. But I remember I used to find this in the hardware store. Oh, who knows? Maybe in your local hardware store they still have this sanding sponges. And anyway, to whoever is around there late at night, very late in some areas already, I just wanted to show you the updates and a little bit more of the work I'm doing in this paper clay doll. This video will stay here because I was just showing up, but I will welcome you to join me in Patreon and check the whole work in progress. There it goes. I was adding some clay on the limbs too, especially if I have some holes on there. And exactly the same thing. sanding, sanding, sanding. From now on, if I already fix and I am happy with the proportion, the shapes, and the model, I will say, from now on the work is just sanding, 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 making everything nice and even, nicely shaped. You see this, that the sponge bent to the most intricate little creases and shapes of the clay, of the sculpture. That's why I really like this sanding sponge. I also use this for polymer clay. Not the same sponge, I will be using a different. Or you can wash it. It has a little bit of a use before it starts tearing apart. But you can wash this sanding sponge too. You can wet sand, but I will not recommend that here because you're just gonna melt your clay. You can do wet sanding probably when you are working polymer clay, but not paper clay. It will just melt and it will become a mess, really. I'm still trying to figure how I'm going to connect these parts to the cloth body. In a way that it will be easy for anybody to do it, because maybe we can sell blank kits and people can build their own doll or paint it and build their own doll, you know. Alright, and just like that, my job in the following days is sanding, sanding, sanding. Thank you for watching. See ya later. Wait, that's not the button.